I need that title.
Fights here. Spear!
As they just couldn't hold back when Jacob Fatu was in the worst damage.
Acknowledge you!
WWE uploaded a playlist video covering Roman Reigns' 2026 journey to SummerSlam. Every channel that covered it told the same story. Roman won the Royal Rumble. Roman won the title at WrestleMania. Roman retained against Fatu. Roman got Fatu to acknowledge him. Roman faces Rollins at SummerSlam. Correct, surface level. Here is the thing nobody said. When Jacob Fatu challenged Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship, the second time, the match at Clash in Italy, he demanded tribal combat. His stipulation, no holds barred, the most physically dangerous match type available to him. And attached to that stipulation was an agreed condition. If Fatu lost, he would acknowledge Roman Reigns as his tribal chief. He would kneel. He would join the OG bloodline. Jacob Fatu built the terms of his own potential destruction and agreed to them in writing before the match started. He lost. Jacob Fatu had every physical advantage available to him. He had the right match type. He had the right stipulation. He had spent 2 months conditioning his body specifically for this fight. He lost anyway, and the terms he had agreed to meant the result was irreversible the moment the referee counted 3.
Roman, I acknowledge you!
Roman Reigns had been away from the championship picture for over a year before the Royal Rumble in January 2026 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. He had lost the undisputed WWE Universal Championship to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40 in April 2024, ending a 316-day reign, one of the longest championship reigns in the history of professional wrestling. He had been at Survivor Series War Games in November 2025, competing alongside Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. And then, he was absent. He returned at the Royal Rumble as entrant number 26. The crowd in Riyadh knew what they were watching. He entered to the tribal chief theme, asked for Jey Uso's music to be played, and blindsided Jey the moment it hit. Then he went to work. He eliminated 5 men, Jey Uso, Jacob Fatu, The Miz, Logan Paul, and in the final 2 with Gunther, he escaped the sleeper, hit the spear, and threw the ring general over the top rope. 5 eliminations. He had been absent since Survivor Series War Games in November 2025, competing there alongside Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, and the Usos before disappearing from television.
And a spear by Reigns! Gunther eliminated!
WrestleMania 42 took place in Las Vegas in April 2026. Roman Reigns' WrestleMania main event was against CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. Punk had held the title since defeating Sami Zayn on Raw in July, the night Gunther tried to force his way into a title match and inadvertently paved the way for Punk's championship run. The match at WrestleMania 42 ran 34 minutes. Both men had real history, real animosity, real creative tension, real crowd investment. Multiple outlets called it one of the 3 best WrestleMania main events since WrestleMania 30. Reigns won. He was World Heavyweight Champion for the first time in more than 2 years. After the match, he said something that stood out from his previous championship eras. He said he would be a full-time champion, not a part-time presence, not a champion who shows up for premium live events and disappears from weekly television. Full-time. That statement, coming from a man who had spent the previous 3 years working a heavily reduced schedule, was the clearest signal that whatever came next was going to be built differently than what came before.
Low blow, and Punk with a number steps off the face. Now with momentum, spear! Another spear to Punk. Proud a new champ. Got it!
The night after WrestleMania 42, Jacob Fatu came to the ring during Roman Reigns' celebration. He did not cut a typical challenge promo. He said, "I don't just want your title. I need it. I need everything that comes with it, for my family." That is a specific kind of promo. It is not the promo of a performer trying to position themselves as a threat. It is the promo of a performer trying to make a real argument. Fatu is the son of Sam Fatu, Tama Tonga's brother. He is from the same Samoan wrestling family as Reigns. He came to WWE under Solo Sikoa's version of the Bloodline, the faction built specifically to undermine and replace Roman Reigns. He helped that faction attack Reigns multiple times. And yet when Reigns returned and reclaimed his position, Fatu did not fall in line. He stepped forward. He separated from Solo Sikoa. He became US champion. He defeated Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match at WrestleMania 42 on the same card where Reigns won the World Heavyweight title.
I'm not out here to be tribal chief, but I need everything that the tribal chief has.
At Backlash on May 9 in Tampa, Roman Reigns retained the World Heavyweight Championship over Jacob Fatu. But the match told a specific story. Fatu deployed the Tongan death grip, his most dangerous weapon, multiple times during the contest. He came close enough that the post-match image was not Reigns celebrating. It was Fatu standing over the fallen champion, holding the championship belt above his head. The challenger who lost was standing. The champion who won was on the mat. WWE had the visual language of the match speak a different language than the official result. Fatu had not been dominated. He had been beaten by the narrowest possible margin. And when Reigns demanded acknowledgement after the match, Fatu took out both Jimmy and Jey Uso and attacked Reigns again with the Tongan death grip. He would not submit to the loss. He wanted another match. And he wanted it on his terms. He proposed tribal combat at Clash in Italy. No holds barred. His chosen environment. His chosen stipulation. And with it, he proposed the agreed condition: if he lost, he would acknowledge Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. Super Reigns now. There's the drive-by. First into the turnbuckle spear. Reigns. Roman retains. And now the Tongan death grip again on Roman Reigns. Roman defenseless here.
Tribal combat at Clash in Italy on May 31 in Turin was the match Fatu had constructed specifically to give himself the best possible chance of winning. No holds barred meant no disqualification, no countout, no restriction on weapons or interference. It was the environment designed to neutralize Reigns' advantages and maximize the brutality Fatu brings. And attached to the match was the stipulation Fatu had agreed to: if he lost, he would acknowledge Roman Reigns as his tribal chief and take his place beside Jey and Jimmy Uso in the OG bloodline. That stipulation was Fatu's idea. Or, at minimum, it was agreed to by Fatu before the match began. He was willing to bet his independence, his defiance, and his identity as the man who answers to nobody on his ability to beat Roman Reigns in the match type he had chosen. He lost. Reigns won the tribal combat. And the consequences of that loss were not booked by WWE Creative in the room after the pay-per-view.
Quite sure the champ knows where he's at.
Two trying to lock it in. This is what Roman. Spear! Roman, spear! Jacob Fatu must acknowledge.
The acknowledgement ceremony on Raw on June 1 in Turin is one of the most layered segments WWE has produced in 2026. Reigns and the Usos walked out. Reigns held the World Heavyweight Championship on his shoulder. He wore the ulafala around his neck. He had the crowd acknowledge him. And then, Jacob Fatu's music hit. The crowd waited. Fatu walked out with a demeanor that multiple outlets described as solemn, cautious, and less confident than anything he had displayed in his WWE career before that moment. He had nothing to fight for. He had agreed to these terms. He walked to the ring. He stood in front of Roman Reigns, and he said, "Last night, in front of the whole world, including my children. My children saw their father take a loss. Last night, I lost to my tribal chief. But Jay, I didn't lose to your punk ass. Roman, I acknowledge you." He dropped to one knee. Reigns pulled him up with a firm grip. Jimmy Uso welcomed him to the group.
My children seen their father be a man, take a loss. I lost to my tribal chief.
Every man who challenged Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship in 2026 either lost or knelt. CM Punk lost the title at WrestleMania. Jacob Fatu lost twice and acknowledged him on live television. Night of Champions in June produced another defense. And now Seth Rollins, who has been in Reigns' shadow since 2014 when he drove a steel chair into his back and broke the Shield apart, goes to SummerSlam in Minneapolis as the challenger. Rollins knows the full arc. He was there for most of it. He watched Fatu walk to that ring in Turin and kneel. He is the last man standing who has not been broken by Reigns' 2026 version. And the most dangerous thing about Roman Reigns heading into SummerSlam is not the bloodline he now has around him. It is that Jacob Fatu, the one man on the roster who came closest to defeating him this year, now stands in his corner. The man Reigns could not fully control for months chose his own stipulation to break free, and it broke him instead. Subscribe to Alpha War Room. Turn on notifications. See you in the next one.